Hello and welcome back to HayHay-Gaming. In this video, I'll be going over pretty much everything the Magic Storage mod has to offer. Before I start, I do have to mention Mr. Molecular for commenting on my last video, as I wouldn't have started on this one if it weren't for him. Also, feel free to skip to different sections of the video since I go over pretty much everything this mod has to offer, and you're probably already a bit familiar with some of it anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and start. So you're going to need a large amount of diamonds, along with some other gems in particular for this mod. Luckily, they added shadow diamonds, which are essentially the exact same thing, both a different method of being obtained. You can get one for each boss you kill. You might be thinking, wait, that's actually pretty good considering their rarity. But sadly, this doesn't apply to defeating the same bosses more than once, which means you can only get a total of, I think, 18 shadow diamonds through the whole game. Honestly, that's more than you need for the standard stuff, but if you want to get some stuff earlier, or simply want the better equipment for this mod, then you're going to need normal diamonds too. Just looking for gems in general is doable, especially Spelunker potions, and you could also use silt, slush, or desert fossils in an extractinator. You may have already tried growing gems with gem acorns you have via planting them in the dark in the cavern layer. I advise against this for diamonds since they are the rarest. Although it can reap great rewards, you are rolling the dice and could potentially lose your saved up diamonds. I can't say I have too much experience in this, so go ahead if you want to, but it's at your own risk. And that leaves one more option, geodes. These drop 3 to 6 of 2 types of gems each. They have a 5% drop chance from granite enemies, so I'd only go this route if you're planning on making a farm. Okay, that's enough about diamonds. This video is centered around magic storage, but hopefully that cleared things up on getting them. Now I can start on all the components of magic storage. The first thing you need is an ingredient of all the storage related stuff, called the storage component. These are pretty cheap at 10 wood and 2 iron each. Once you have a few storage components, the next thing you're going to need are storage units. These start out being able to hold 40 units of items each and can be upgraded multiple times up to a maximum of 640 units each. Keep in mind that pre-Moonlord it can only go up to 240 units each, but you're likely playing content mods that add more bosses and content post-Moonlord anyways. In fact, most of the best stuff in this mod is post-Moonlord. Next thing that is necessary is the storage heart. This allows you to access your storage, so you definitely need it to use almost anything from this mod in the first place. It has a lot of sorting options, including different mods. There is also some controls that help with migrating to magic storage by allowing you to transfer stuff from your piggy bank, void vault, safe, and defender's forge. The last thing I think you really need for the basics of this mod would be the storage crafting interface. This lets you craft with everything you have in your storage units. You can place crafting stations inside it for convenience too. This mod also adds a really neat feature of combined stations, including your very own craftable altars. Just to be clear on something, you cannot craft anything with the crafting interface unless it is inside the storage units, not in your inventory. Don't worry, you can quick transfer items to your storage without leaving this interface by shift clicking them. A somewhat convenient item is the storage access. You can connect this to your storage system with storage connectors to allow you to access your storage from different spots. One more thing you might use is the storage configuration interface. I'm not too knowledgeable in this, so I'll just let you read the description on screen, but as far as I can tell, this looks like something that adds features for your storage system, like using your items in your inventory while using the crafting interface. I don't know much else, but that's what I think it does along with whatever cross-mod accessibility does. This mod also adds a new wand called the storage unit wand. So imagine you want to move your storage units, but they're all full and you can't exactly hold a million items. That's where this wand comes in. You use it to disable your storage units, and as long as they are somehow connected to enabled storage units, the items will be transferred to them. So it's kind of a way to move or redesign how your storage system looks conveniently. Now let's say using connectors to connect to different access points wasn't enough. Well, one thing you can do is use remote storage access. Place it anywhere in your world, then you make a locator. This breaks some first use, but basically it allows you to right click your storage heart and remote storage access to connect them wirelessly. There is an upgrade to it, but it's post Moonlord and there's better options at that point if you can afford it. But you can use the remote storage access wherever you placed it as long as it's connected. You can also place a storage crafting interface next to it if you want to craft there too. Note that crafting stations are not transferred, so you'd have to either make more or go back to the main crafting interface to use them. Finally, you can go one step further by accessing and crafting everything in your storage system straight from your inventory. There's portable remote storage access and portable remote crafting access. It's pretty obvious what they do, You just have to connect them to your storage heart and storage crafting interface. They do have one limitation though. You can only use them 1000 blocks away from your storage system, plus 100 blocks with a pylon. So then you can upgrade them to 2000 blocks plus 200 with a pylon, and then the final upgrade for both of these is Post Moon Lord, but provides infinite range. So if you heard what I said earlier about the reusable locator that is also Post Moon Lord, you can see how this will be significantly better, assuming you already have the resources. I mean, it's straight up in your inventory versus having to go to a block that's placed down. I will acknowledge that it's probably more difficult to rack up the resources if you're in multiplayer though. There is a few more items, but they aren't obtainable unless you're in some sort of creative mode. The creative storage unit essentially is infinite of every item. I didn't really find a point to this since there are already mods that do the same thing but better, like Recipe Browser. The last thing I'm going to go over is the tiny storage unit. It only holds 4 units of storage, and I'm honestly a bit curious as to what this is for. Was it initially going to be the lowest tier of storage unit obtainable, or is it purely for testing purposes? I really don't know. Comment if you have any idea. Okay, that's pretty much it for the video. The only thing I think I didn't cover that well was better details on the storage configuration interface. If I missed anything else, or you think I should make a video on something, make sure to comment down below. Also, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell if you learned what you wanted to about this mod. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one on HayHay-Gaming.